Good evening, everyone. We are back with more Dark Tide. As you can see, the cast are here and ready to go. Back might be joining us. They're currently having tech issues, but hopefully they'll be here. So, welcome everyone to Dark Tide. This will be episode 10. Yes, episode 10. We're into almost more than two hands. So, starting with... Let's start with Amy. Starting with Amy, who are you? What are you playing? And to celebrate National Princess Week, who's your favourite princess and why?
Sorry, I missed that one laughing.
National Princess Week, who's your favourite princess and why? But also, who are you and what are you playing?
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, our Dalish healer elf, who's a very grumpy healer. Yeah, apparently sounds like McGonagall. Great, love it. For National Princess Week, who's my favourite princess? Ooh.
McGonagall.
Ooh. There's a... I mean, she's technically not a princess because she's a French peasant. So Belle, because Beauty and the Beast is my favourite Disney movie. So but Megara as well is not a princess. And Hercules is my second favourite movie. So it's either between Belle or Megara. Or Megara. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I do have fire.
Okay, that's everyone turned. That should be everyone else turned up.
Talk.
No, I know. I've just turned everyone up in stream because I realised I turned everyone down when I was doing one of the horror games this week because it was trying to blow my ears out.
Oh no, I've got a housemate now.
Oh, I was talking to AJ. Sorry.
Okay. I'm speaking to my housemate.
This is the usual. There's several wires. Yeah. So yes, Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character is Wraith. He's a Teventa mage, a mortician. He's a bit of a grim guy, I suppose, is a reasonable way to describe him. A bit of a kind of ghoulish look about him, and I don't know, his behaviour's a bit ghoulish as well, I suppose, at times. And my favourite princess is... Oh god, I don't have a favourite princess. I'm not a royalist, how dare you. Princess Robot Bubblegum from GTA 5, because it's a piss take of anime and it's a fun time.
Did they do that before the South Park version of Stick of Truth? Before
Good
Princess
question.
Kenny?
GTA 5 is like about 10 years old at this point, so I really don't know.
Anyway, we will think of that conundrum another time. Then we have Rowan. He's muted.
Hello, I'm Rowan, and I'm playing Juniper, a little tiny cat creature thing in a hood with lots of knives and a penchant for stealing things. Favourite princess? Can I just say Juniper Proudmore? Does she count?
Yep, sure.
Yeah. Do I have a crush on a 40-year-old lady from a video game? Yes, I do. Don't at me.
Why not?
Who doesn't?
She's so pretty. It's ungodly. I don't like it.
All right, next, right along there, we have Mr. Tom.
Hello. I'm currently playing a dick whose name is Jose Guardo. He taketh and he occasionally giveth very small amounts back in the hope that they will rebuild their lives and accumulate wealth that I can then steal 90% of again sometime later down the line. It's a bit like farming in a way, you know? You take enough of their material wealth that you aren't going to let them die or run out entirely, so that they can then regrow, and then you can take the regrowth as well. It's scientific.
Sustainable fief.
A sustainable fief. That's exactly it. Favourite princess?
Oh, that's wrong. Because that's wrong. Anyway, just 1 second. I was like, that fits really well. It's wrong. Carry on.
Gremlins, here they come. I don't know. I guess Aurora. See, I'm a traditionalist, so let's say Princess Aurora. From
Princess Aurora.
How many years ago must it have been since I last seen that?
Cinderella, is it not? No, not Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Must have been at least 15 years since I've seen that. Probably more like 20. It was only it was only small when I saw it.
Alright, and finally, at this moment anyway, until hopefully we get back, Shiraz.
Hello, I'm Shiraz. I play Vincenzo Cabash, a man who's made many, many horrible life choices to end up in the situation that he is currently. He likes to write, he likes to antagonize people, and in general, like, he takes care of children. I guess that's what his official role is. Occasionally he summons animals that don't listen to him and farm people. And princesses, ever the person who's trying to be odd, I've been failing at it. I think Disney acquired the license to the Alien movies, so theoretically, the Alien is perfect. Because that kiss is fatal.
Yes.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
would you say the alien or Ripley is the princess then?
I'll take either or. Because the aliens, they don't have gender.
Apart from I suppose the Queen does it. The rest of them
Yeah,
don't
but
really.
That's what we call the Queen.
Yeah,
the
that's
queen
true.
Is just,
Yeah, Queen's just the big one. Yeah.
yeah, the big one.
All right. Well, now we all have had our princess itch severely scratched. What happened last week?
We reached town.
Juniper found a cozy box and has been hiding in it for the last week, probably in someone's backpack.
We accidentally murdered an entire forest.
We got caught on a path which was repeating itself. We kept travelling down it and then passing the same things over and over again. There was some blue light mysteriously out there, so we all kind of hopped out and had a look, and there was a crazed man who seemed to be empowered by this.
Yep.
And we did a variety of things, including destroying a big acorn which was located after some effort, and that big acorn seemingly caused a wail of howling and terrible noises from the forest, if memory serves. That was an indication that we'd possibly committed, I don't know, plant genocide or something.
But there was also the fact about this old man who was like violent towards trees and practically immortal until we figured out that he had killed 6.
Yeah.
And
Couple
used some
Templars.
kind of ritual to like use their life force to get him. There's also a lot of mother and father stuff in there, which I was like, does anyone in this entire universe have like a proper parent, a parental figure? It's like not teaching them weird blood magic. It's like, oh, Timmy, you're 12 now. Time to learn some blood magic.
Time to prick those fingers and learn them spells.
Steve the deer or the Hala, impale. Did he not impale a few of us?
He-
Gored.
There was goring involved, no impaling.
There was
I'm sorry,
there was
there's a
goring
deep-
involved. They didn't have involved the antlers, and then we learned the actual definition of the word gored, and then goring actually happened. So
And he's currently suspended from further service until he behaves himself. He needs to go through the summoned animal HR section.
you got a stern talking to.
Steve managed to take down Ruth, Jose, and the man,
Yeah.
and I think Wraith, but I'm not 100%.
Everyone but me.
Everyone
I
but
forgot.
you, yeah.
Yeah. Even Manny got ahead of it.
Oh god, poor Manny.
With the eternally regenerating man, if memory serves, was kind of left on the path behind us, naked, having been burned and fried a few times.
You told him to go play hide and seek.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we did.
Hey, Shona.
Also,
Carol.
he's hairless. We burnt every single hair off his body.
Yep. He's as smooth as a baby's butt.
So my real question is, when we get to town, I'm assuming Tristan's going to report all this or not.
Yep.
He's just gonna hand over his book.
It's just like,
So hand over the book. What?
multiple books. Like, just like
Just hand over the books, and you get the dwarf going. Right, what pages, Tristan? All of them.
Large tomes of our crimes.
crimes. incidents of
Crimes? That's a bit mad.
dubious legality is what I'd like to call it.
Let's be honest here. Who cares? The Grey Wardens certainly don't give too many damns. We're basically free to do whatever we want as long as we kill some Darkspawn.
Are we going to talk about Jose's demon, or are we going to leave it alone?
Ah, but we discovered that Jose's demon isn't just attached to him. We can all see it and
if you
hear,
a- if you
hear
ask
it if
it
we ask
anything.
it a question.
Yeah.
Dubious legality is perfect. Yes.
Dubious
It's
legality
legal
does
because no
sort
one cares to prosecute.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, we shall take it from there. So, you all arrived in the village, the sort of portside village that you were all set off to do. And as you arrive, you get your lodgings and stuff sorted. The next morning, Tristan has gone off to report to your dwarven friend that had ran on ahead to get up for the big meeting. So the rest of you are sort of left to sort of do what you want really in this port city. What would you like to do?
Can Juniper smell any fish?
Yes. A lot of fish.
Port town.
And how much?
It's a port town.
A lot of fish going to be about in a port town.
I'm gonna put on my largest hoodie slash cloak slash whatever the fuck it is that this cat creature is wearing, with the empty all the pockets out inside one of Vincenzo's bags, and proceed to run around just casually stealing everything.
Seems legit. So, what's everyone else going to do while Bruin is on a fish stealing mission?
I'm gonna find a fence.
Okay.
Wraith will join you on that.
Okay.
Ruth's gonna look for a library. Like, I'm going to look for the liquid scholar.
Okay.
I'll follow Juniper at a cautious distance in case someone needs to be stunned when she's seated.
All right. So let's do the finding the fence first. So actually no, let's do the library first because I have an idea where to run with the other one. What is Ruth wanting to find? That you find what looks like a chantry building. So what you wanted to find?
He's just gonna go in and have a nosy about their library. That's literally all he wants to do. He's like, books. Books.
All right, you just walk in. They look at you a bit confused that you seem to be some sort of apostate walking in. Then they notice the massive brand on your arm that says you're a Grey Warden, and they just seem to no longer pay attention to you.
Yep. That's pretty much what he expects.
All right,
Just
well.
to sneak in and grab some books, see if there's anything interesting.
All right. Well,
Captures his eye.
while Ruth reads through all the library they can, we will do Wraith and Wraith and Vincent. Wraith and Jose. I'm looking for them. Wraith and Jose. So the two of you go to the sort of largest tavern that's there, and you basically just sort of inquire in your. I assume you've dealt with many fences before, so you inquire in your very subtle ways and get sent to a back room.
Yeah.
And as you walk into this back room, there's a small cloth-based gentleman who's a sort of very bright purple skin with green hair. His googly eyes look at you. He's of course a fabricant. For anyone who's not familiar, we've added fabricant to the universe because everywhere needs Muppets. So you have this figure looking at you with his googly eyes, and he shakes them at you and says, "What do you want to sell?"
Wraith is hanging back behind Jose. He's not so familiar with going to see fences, so he's letting Jose take the lead, but his eyes are boggling. He's never seen one of these things before. And he looks at Jose to gauge reaction.
This guy, the cat isn't here, otherwise the fabricant would be shreds.
I was literally thinking of what ways just.
I want his stuffing.
Give me hand. Give me those Muppet entrails.
No, not my favorite fluff.
You broke it, Tom. We broke it, Tom.
Broken Tom, yeah. Hold on, everyone.
Sorry, Tom.
Oh.
And
Oh fuck.
This is the most I've ever seen Tom like laugh ever. Oh, that's
all
funny.
it took was a couple of Muppets.
Right.
Breathe.
All right. I'm gonna see about selling the artwork, the candlesticks, and the crystal goblet.
Okay. He looks them over. He seems to he seems to be a one-armed fabricant, which, as you all remember from last week's discussion, one-armed fabricant is the ones that have one dexterous hand rather than two sort of flailing limbs. So he has one hand and he sort of turns things over in his hand and he goes, "Oh, very nice. Alright." And sort of looks all of them at one at a time. He gets to the painting and goes, "I assume this is fake."
Maybe. I don't think so though. The hatching at the top seems fairly real. But what's your opinion?
Alright, I just need to inquire or something. 1 second. And he just shuts down behind the table.
Okay.
While he's behind the table, Wraith nudges Jose and says, "What on earth is this thing? What kind of fence is this? Bizarre."
Dunno, but he's got money.
Right, I guess whatever works.
Yeah. Yes, that's. Yeah, that's how this works.
With a sort
If
of
it
whoosh,
works,
he
it
reappears
works.
and goes, "Hi! Right, where did you get this?" Why everyone frozen for a second?
I'm going to raise an eyebrow and make this gesture.
It's blurred out, which makes it look even more worrying. Okay. Alright. 1
I
moment.
didn't hear what you said.
He just sort of hums to himself, then disappears again behind the table. At this point, you look around the table and there doesn't seem to be any holes or anything, so you have no idea where the fuck he's gone.
He's vanished into a pocket universe.
Right.
It's fine. Whatever.
Wraith stays behind the table then and waits. Kind of like peering down occasionally, trying to get a glimpse of like, where is this thing gone? Where could it be?
Okay.
And I'll clap you round the ear.
About another minute later, it pops up on a different side of the table. It goes, right, I need you all to go upstairs and speak to my associates.
Well,
They keep all the money. Yeah, that's it. They keep all the money up there.
Yes, well, maybe we should make our way, and having just been slapped and being very weirded out by this thing popping up from behind the table, Wraith kind of moves towards the door. Yes, let's go and see your associates, or... Well, I'll see you later, Jose. And he steps out of the door.
Okay. You open the door and there's two very large, very British-looking men standing outside. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, Bruno and Sam will take you."
I'm going to go up to him, the whatever his name was.
You never asked me my name. That's why we can't be friends.
Yep. And I don't want to do something too violent because I don't know how durable, for lack of a better word, it is.
You don't want to mess with his stitching.
Well, maybe a bit. What do I have on me? I've got. Oh. I'm gonna. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. No, no, that's all right. We can find our own way.
Oh, that's fine. That's good. Off you go then. And he just disappears behind the table again.
Wraith kind of tries to move past these guys. Yes, we're going about our business. There's no need for you to show us the way.
At this
Are
point,
they going to let him pass? Can he?
no, they just stand there like a small wall and just sort of go, poke up and point up the stairs.
I'm gonna make my way up the stairs then, I guess.
Okay.
But. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I'll go up the stairs.
Okay. You head up the stairs and they walk past a couple more rooms to a room at the end. They open the door, and at this quite a large table, to the back, the chair right at the back left, sorry, back right, is the fabricant you were just speaking to, and next to him is a massive fabricant with a huge sort of engorged belly and what looks like a crown on his head. And he goes, "Who is this that has come in? Where did you get my painting from?"
Well, you see, we found it in a house. And lots of very strange things going on in that house. How is it that you no longer have this painting?
"'Cause I own the house." He slams a document down on the desk, and it looks like it's a very, very tiny writing, but it does seem to say "deed of house." You can't read what deed the house is for. It just says very tiny writing of "deed of house." Just, "Yeah, that's the one. Yeah." And the other fabricant picks it up and takes it over to you and hands it to you.
Interesting.
"So that's ours. We want to know what the rest of the stuff is. All the gold and the
Gold. Which house is
what
this?
else did you have in the house?" "The things." "Yeah, the things. Yeah, we want all the things back. The
see.
bathtub.
So,
the
this-
pictures. The
So, can I read the document, or
you can, if you've got literacy, roll literacy.
no? I don't. I'm going to pretend to read it.
Roll. Do we have bluff in this? I can't remember.
Yes.
You have like,
Yes.
I
roll,
do have bluff.
If you have bluff, roll bluff.
Oh god. I was not expecting this to be.
really enjoying the fabricants. I almost want to die so I can make it happen.
9. Oh, that's not great, is it?
No. You go. What you want to say? What are you wanting to say to him about it?
I just want to say something like some vague yet affirmative noise, like, "Oh yeah, okay, I see."
Wraith is sweating bullets at the back of the room, and looking around. Is the entrance that they came in the only way in and out of this room?
Yes. There's this very small window that looks maybe about the size of like a maybe 30 centimeters across porthole kind of thing on the top of the
And
back, but that's about it.
The big guards are behind us at
Yes.
the doorway.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we want all this stuff back. Unless you want to, do some work.
You should mention. It's very strange. I could have sworn the house that this was found in had one resident who was dead. Now, I'm not saying that the resident may have been killed by you or anyone. That
Oh,
would
no, we wouldn't kill him. No, would we, Ralph? No, we wouldn't
that
kill
would
him.
be very. How do I say?
Do you know how hard it is to get blood out of cotton?
Impolite to suggest that you might have shanked the git. But if perhaps that were to be an indication, then perhaps the demonic influence we found within that house could be leveraged into persuading the Grey Wardens to investigate.
Did you say demonic? Do we do a demonic, Ralph? I don't know if we do a demonic. Wait a minute, what is demonic? You know those pointy ear things that they don't come around and they set fire to things in certain angles. Oh, I don't like that. No, don't want demonic. No, demonic.
Now, I came here under the impression that you two gentlemen were, well, let's not just say honourable. No honour amongst thieves. But perhaps agreeable would be a better word. Now, are you going to try the runaround, or are you going to give fair money for fair goods?
Well, how about you go and knock over a small gang that's trying to deal with us? Oh, we've lost someone. I gotta keep this voice, otherwise I'm gonna forget how to talk like it.
Yeah.
Rowan.
Specifically want them to be a mafia in this port town.
Are you coping, Tom?
I'm getting. It's. Oh god. I'm
doing a number.
I love AJ's comments that we need to get Pete some hand puppets.
Please don't. I don't think my lungs could take it. My lungs, they hurt already.
I'll be right back. Sorry, I need to go do something. Oh.
Oh dear.
To check if I have anything I do. Vaguely use. No, I don't anymore. I used to.
Are you looking for Muppets?
I had a weird puppet thing that's we bought a bag of things. So we were going to animate the original series as in sock puppet form or finger puppet form, and I found them like a couple of months ago. Put them in one of these drawers. I can't find them now. Anyway, enough of that. We'll Amy's away, but it's fine. It's only between them. So how about you go and deal with this other group of people that's trying to do what we do, and if you can get rid of them, we'll let you keep 30% of the stuff.
30% for taking out a rival gang.
Well,
Yes, we'll do it. Yes, and race forward.
I'm gonna.
Yes,
Alright, good. I see
you. We
you.
would certainly never want to cross. And
Your gentleman friend there must be your lawyer, because you know lawyer wearing robes. Get it? Yeah, brilliant. All right, we'll get a contract for you. And he sort of snaps his paw, and about two days later, a couple of small fabricants come in and bring a small bit of paper, and he just goes, kill elves, loot, 30%, signed, Donovan the Third. He hands it to you.
While he was doing that, Wraith laid a bony hand on Jose's shoulder and whispered, "I admire your confidence, but you must admit that we're outnumbered here. We don't want to anger these things."
I'm going to smile brightly at Donovan, and I'm going to grab Wraith around the shoulder and take him to a corner, and then I'm going to punch him in the gut.
Wraith doubles over, winded.
No, it's got everyone's back and put back on.
How bad of a punch is this? Should I roll?
It's not
Should
going
you
to
roll?
kill you.
It's
It's a bare-handed punch to the gut. It's going to double you over, but not much more.
I assume because he just walks up and just taps you in the stomach, I assume that you can do this without needing to roll. Assume.
It's like, it's just I've basically just gone smack into your stomach.
Totally not expecting it, Wraith. What was that for?
I'm gonna say, shut up, or the next one's going into your nose.
And Wraith kind of angrily looks at him. Fine.
I'm not making any friends here, am I? But on the other hand,
can you sign this then? You look like, or do you want your lawyer to sign it?
no, my lawyer is quite happy where he is.
Alright,
I'm going
okay.
to wander up to the...
Would you like some bread? He just offers some bread to Wraith. Doesn't offer it to Jose, just to Wraith.
Yeah, yes, I suppose. Thank you.
That's
have you
good.
a seat I could sit in for a moment?
Oh yeah. There's a beanbag over there. Just don't sit on the red one. That's Horace.
Oh, thank you. And Wraith kind of staggers over and slumps down a little bit and kind of angrily looks at what's happening now. He's just going to let it play out.
Good.
well,
Bloody hell.
we don't. Would you like a small fan? And he sort of gestures, and one of the small fabricant comes over and starts fanning Wraith.
Well, thank you. And Wraith puts his hand in his pocket and grabs the Weatherstone that he acquired last time and feels that sense of calm and is like, oh, yes. Oh. I wish I'd gone. I like fish. Why didn't I go and get some fish? Oh.
I was so hungry.
That's a pretty stone you got there. And he wanders round and looks at the Weatherstone, and he goes. He taps it, and as he taps it, it begins to get very cold all around you. And as you look at the small window, you see snow beginning to fall. I haven't seen snow since I was. Where was I? Where were we, Ralph? That we've had snow. The mountains. Yeah, the mountains. Yeah, we should go back there. It was brilliant. All the snow, all the sledging, all the snowball fights. It was wonderful. Why did we leave? We got run out of town. Oh yeah. Never mind. Never mind then. Right, so what do you want to do? Do you want to just leave and take this signature thing, or what do you want to do?
Can I try negotiating?
Yes.
I want to try and negotiate a higher percentage.
This is the point where I've forgotten the voice, and I'm going to try and remember it.
Ooh.
Yeah, the voice. Yeah, I don't remember it anymore. My voice has gone everywhere. This is the problem with ad-libbing everything.
Yeah, that's very.
You sound like someone from New York.
I like how he suddenly become proper New York.
Yeah, he's
Leaving
proper
having
New York.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, no bother. We'll go with that then. Fuck it, that'll do. So, yeah. So you want to negotiate a better package, right? Okay, let's get the...
On the day of my daughter's wedding.
On the day of my uncle's, daughter's, mother's, father's, daughter's, dog's, friend's, father's wedding, you come and me. Looking to get a better percentage on your deal. I really wish I could remember how I do voices all the time. Oh, still can't remember. Alright, so what are you going to say to him to try and get a better percentage?
I'm going to say arrival muscling in on your turf must be difficult to make ends meet.
Yep, yeah it is. There we go, that's vaguely right. Yep, fucking we'll go with that. Tell him all the Yogi Bear, but fucking we'll do it. Yeah, they just moved in a while ago. They're the sort of pointy folk, you know, the big, muscly, pointy folk.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them. So, this job, where would I have to go to do this job? How
Oh,
far?
it's just the other side of town, just the tavern by the dock. You
Tavern
know, the
by the
one
dock.
with the servant girl with the slash down her eye. Just in there.
I'll see what I can do. The 30% for goods. I propose a slightly different.
I only negotiate through lawyers.
Where is your lawyer?
Well, 1 second. Would you like to work for me? Looks at Rick.
Bitch.
I feel that would be a conflict of interest. I represent this man here already.
Oh, I'm sure you can represent both of us, can't you? I mean, that would help with the deal. I mean, we'd get a little bit. You could get your own cut.
Oh, well, and he looks at Jose for approval.
I'm gonna sort of raise my eyebrows and shrug slightly. But yeah, sure, whatever.
Well, if you're happy for me to represent both sides of this affair, then certainly I will do my utmost. And he kind of staggers up to his feet to wander over to the
I'm
documents
sure-
and what have you that they have on the table.
I'm sure you'll be a very neutral third party.
Oh, of course, of course.
So after about another 25 minutes of discussion, it ends up with Jose getting 15%, Wraith getting 15%, and everything else going to Donovan the Third, and Ralph.
That was not an improvement at all.
Well, that's the joy of dealing with lawyers. They keep everything legal, you know what I mean?
Oh. I'd have preferred it if it had been 20 and 60 for.
I always
Donovan
keep
III.
your lawyer happy. Always have some stale bread. They like stale bread. You know, they really like stale bread. And, yeah,
I'll keep that in mind.
yeah.
Yes,
So, right.
frugal living amongst us lawyers.
Right.
Alright then. In that case, I'm gonna get out the artwork, goblet, and the candlesticks and talk to the fence. Well, I say the fence. Ralph. Take me over
What do you
one
want to
side.
talk to me about?
I was under the impression that there was a fence in this establishment.
Well, if you look out this little window, there's some around the garden over there, and there's some around that one over there. They're quite pretty in the summer.
Sorry, okay. Hang on, I'm breaking character. Who the hell did I talk to who told me there was a fence in this bloody tavern?
Barman, downstairs.
Yeah? Alright, well I know who's getting her next punch in the gut. Fuck me. What a shit show.
That's right.
I think like we could have an entire season just in this Jensen report tab.
Alright, Alright, I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna wander out.
All right,
Right.
that's great. See you later.
Wraith gives a nod to the fabricant and kind of wanders out after Jose, but keeps a few steps away from him because he doesn't want to be in punch range at the moment.
Sounds reasonable. I'm gonna mutter something under my breath and say, I'm gonna turn to Wraith and say, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say so. I just wanna.
I just want to hold you till I die.
I'm gonna say turn to Wraith and say, that bluster of yours could well have gone an awful lot worse. The punch. Okay, maybe I regret the punch. Might have been a bit too far, but that could have gone bad very quickly.
You're telling me. And Wraith gives him a stony kind of look. I feel you were stepping over the line with them. We'll have to see what the rest of the group makes of this situation. You seem to have found us a job. Were you going to see that fence now, I take it?
I'm gonna see if I can find an actual fence. Yeah.
Okay.
You go on ahead. See if
Yes,
you can
yes.
catch up to the fish finders.
Absolutely. I shall leave you to your business. And
Thank you.
Wraith kind of, again, if we're at a junction or something, he's going to part ways and give him the steely-eyed look as he goes.
I'm gonna raise my hands like, sort of like that.
I assume Wraith knows where Ruth was, since they remember Ruth saying that they were going to go and look for books. So I imagine Wraith is going to go find Ruth.
Yeah, why not? There's a... Although, the fish market and the smell of fish... Is the air so pervasive that I could potentially follow my nose a little bit and find the guys that are on the fish quest? Or
You could if you wanted. It does just smell of, the usual rotting fish smell, as many port towns.
now let's go and find Ruth. He thinks about... We should collect some information Ruth munches. There's a quiet. He's thinking now about multiple rivalries within the group, seemingly brewing. But he's like, well, Ruth is the most likely to get some information. Let's go and see.
Okay. So we will very briefly do Vincenzo and chasing after Juniper, trying to catch fish. Actually, is there much to do, or is it just how much fish does Juniper get before getting caught?
I think she's looking for the biggest one.
So, okay. I'm just
trying to
asking,
track down, like,
are you getting like small ones and then you see a bigger one, then you go for the bigger one, you drop the small one, then you find a bigger one, and it's like a cartoon character as kind of sort of.
Tom and Jerry. Jerry finds the biggest hunk of cheese.
Yep.
This is Juniper right now.
What size are we talking? What's the biggest?
Let's say you've got a decent sized shark being caught. So Juniper's looking at the shark that's bigger than her by easily about another 6 feet, and easily wider
like
than Juniper as well.
in the air.
Yeah, it's like hung up by the tail.
Okay, right. What's it hung up to?
It's hung up by a couple of hooks through its tail.
On a building? Or
It's on a
boat,
sort of
or-
gallows-like thing.
Are there any people like around?
There seems to be. There's a sign next to it which you can't read, but it does seem to be a sort of trophy kill rather than a for food kill.
Maybe not that one then. What's like the next one down?
Next one down is what looks like a sort of smaller version of same kind of shark, but maybe about the same height and size as you.
Are there any tuna?
Like a swordfish.
Yes, kind of like a swordfish.
Okay, yep. I'm guessing that one is more like hiding size than a shark.
You have like the swordfish's thing pointing out the back of you.
Oh, this is just a sword.
It's
This is just a sword. The fish is the
like
pummel.
2-3 meters roughly. Okay. I'm gonna try and find like some planks of wood or like a bit of torn down wall or fence, something that's easy to move, and attempt to find something to like make it rollable or at least something to drag it with.
Okay.
Are you telling me this, or are you just doing it by yourself?
I am doing this.
Yeah,
Chinna's just watching with interest.
I'm at a distance, just like eating whatever peanuts I can find beside me.
The child is fine so far.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Occasionally, I make notes in the book. It's like
probably gonna try and unhook it or bite through the fucking ropes holding it, and then hopefully let it fall on the mat with, I'm assuming, some rope on it, and then just start casually dragging it away.
Let's see. Does the owner of the stall actually notice you doing this? No,
does.
no, they don't.
it does.
There's a sort of loud thump as it hits the ground, and you see the owner go. He carries on to the business he's doing, which seems to be dealing with a rather let's say busty fisherman. So Juniper drags this fish away from the stall. It's now far enough away that you could probably claim that you didn't buy it from him. So what are you going to do with it now?
I have a look on my face that is equal parts in amusement and being very this. It's almost like she's done this before. it's like
Experienced.
experience. Fish snapper.
Yeah. So should probably try and get it like somewhere vaguely hidden. I'm assuming we had a cart that we came in on, or something.
There's a tub in the cart.
There's a tub in the cart.
Great. So I'm pulling it onto that, and then like covering it in everyone's belongings.
Yep. Everyone's belongings that weren't taken to the room. Yes, that's fine.
You know, when it's like sufficiently hidden under like all of Wraith's like old robes. She's kind of gonna stand to the side and go, you know, like, oh, well done.
This is where Ruth is glad that he wears multiple layers and has only one satchel that goes around everywhere with him. He has nothing but the tub in
Ruth
the
has,
cart.
Ruth has never seen a wardrobe before. They wear everything on them at one time.
Well, not everything on at one time, but most of his clothes. He's multi-layered because he's always cold. So he's got like layers in his satchel, but his satchel is like crammed full of books and healing materials as well. That's the only thing that he carries.
If I remember correctly, the half-alive horse skull is also under the tub for reasons.
But we've been storing Jose under it
Everything.
recently.
Yeah, but Jose was out for, like, since the last incident, we let him have his freedom and sit outside with us.
Yeah.
That's a point. I forgot to do Jose talking to the demon all the way through that last scene. Oh well, never mind.
I'm getting good at ignoring it.
There were other demons in that room. They were made of felt. It's like...
Disturbing beasts.
But yeah, no, I would assist Juniper, but at the same point, I am very amused at how this took place. So
Okay.
I also have all my
of your
stuff.
bags and is like throwing whatever stuff is like on out of
No,
the bag.
like Ruth, I will carry everything on myself. Like,
All right. So at this point of Juniper burying this enormous fish while Vincenzo watches. Yes, Vincenzo watches on. Wraith and Ruth appear and go, "Oh, Juniper's tidying up. The cart looks very tidy."
I nod furiously.
Wraith
glad.
walks over to try and help out. Oh, thank you very much, and sees what's happening. Oh, what are you doing? And he starts pulling
Juniper's like
his spare
looking
clothes
up at
away.
you. Yeah, like
In amongst the spare clothes is a spectacularly fine robe. What he's wearing already is very nice, but this is something else. Like, this was for parties or something. And it's got fish juice all over it, and holds it up. Ugh. But I suppose I'll have to find a washerwoman or something.
Who's just like snickering in the background, going.
Juniper
This is
looks
why you
both
don't leave your
innocent and
things.
proud.
As only a
This is
cat
why
can.
This is why you don't leave your things lying around.
Yeah, it's a lesson learned. I suppose we'll eat well tonight at least. Right, Juniper?
You're going to share this, aren't you?
Aren't you?
Aren't you?
Okay.
Cat has no idea what you're talking about. Just like
It's a word called shit. Like what? It's strange new
It's
concept.
a word to make people just leave the topic alone to her.
Wraith starts folding up the manky clothes and putting it down, and says to the rest of the group, "Well, that trip to the fence, well, it was quite an experience. Our friend, well, I'm reticent to call him that, actually. Our companion, Jose, he took charge, speaking to these bizarre creatures. They spoke and seemed to have the roles of men, but they looked like they were made out of fabric, and they had these bizarre eyes with a lack of life about them, and yet they moved. And it's very hard to describe. Has anybody heard anything along these lines before?
Oh, you mean the fabricants?
A what?
The fabricants.
Fabric.
They're a small species of furry creatures, but like sometimes their intelligence gets the better of them. But usually they're not harmful.
Well, it seems that we're perhaps culpable to I don't know, owing something to them. One of them named Donovan the Third. Odd as that was. He apparently is the owner of the manor where, well, our friend Jose plundered quite a few items, and it seemed that he was a canny businessman of sorts. He didn't want to immediately, well, put us to the blade, but he has put us to work, it seems. Jose was given a task to deal with some local ne'er-do-wells, and, well, as he's with us, I suppose it falls on all of us. I had to play the role of his lawyer, much as he punched me in the gut at one point for even daring to speak during negotiations. I'm not sure that I trust him.
You should have bitten him.
Well, There were a great many guards. I would not have wanted to escalate the situation, but needless to say, we should probably try and meet up with him. He was trying to find a fence. And, well, he'll perhaps be... Well, we'll need him to deal with these people.
Just say at this point, you have no idea how hard it is to not have a Muppet turn up holding a fence. It's like, we're by a fence? Let's carry on before I do that.
Oh, God. Yes, once you've entered into an arrangement with the Fabricant, it's best to complete what they've asked. They do get rather testy if you don't do as they ask.
Yeah, as we signed the documents, it seemed rather official.
Ah, yes. It's best we get to it then.
Look, where are we supposed to go?
I think we meant to meet Jose, have we not? Find
Yes,
Jose?
it was the inn, I believe, where the fence was residing, though we didn't meet him first. So I suppose he may still be there.
Alright, let's go look for him then.
Off we go then.
Alright. So you return to the tavern you were there originally. You meet up again with Jose, who's still having a fight with the barman.
It's not a fight. I set fire to the bar and walked off. There's a slight difference.
Wait, what?
But you actually set fire to the bar.
Pour some nice high-proof booze on.
Just pouring it along the bar and then just setting the light.
Do we
Throw the bottle behind the
do
bar.
we get there at a scene of absolute chaos with people running out?
Yeah, well, it's absolute chaos of things running around, yes, but the bar is slightly on... The tavern that you were at originally is slightly on fire now, yes.
Okay, well, I haven't done anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
You walk out while saying this. I haven't.
No, I'm already on the other side of the street, just leaning against the wall, watching.
Okay, I suppose I
Sort
walk
of
up to you.
shaking my head sadly at the scene.
It's like, what happened here?
That's so suspicious. Who's just gonna look at you and be like, what did you do?
It's dreadful, isn't it? We just got a contract, and then their bar caught fire.
Jose.
Well, I suppose we could do the contract anyway, and maybe that will help them get back on their feet, knowing their rivals aren't in the game anymore.
Can I see that contract, please? Can I read this contract?
Yes, if you can read, then yes. Roll literacy.
Because I'd like to see if there's fine print or if this thing is right in any way binding. So literacy. Okay.
Yep. 15. Yes, it basically says, as I said before, kill elves.
Kill elves.
Yep. Kill elves, 30% loot, crossed out, and above 30%, 25% crossed out, 20% crossed out, 15% crossed out, 10% crossed out, 15% to Jose Gardo, and then below it says 0% slash 15% slash 100% slash 15% to lawyer brackets humanoid close bracket. And then the line below says, lawyer was provided with bread as is appropriate.
I want to know these weird arbitrary rules about bread.
And then I'm just reading through this, and the moment when I come across going kill elves, there's that, you've seen that meme of the monkey looking sideways, right? Like it's just like, I'm looking at like I'm looking at Ruth for a second. Go back to reading. And then as I read this, I roll it up and I hand it back to him and I go, yeah, seems pretty solid. Why didn't you get more than 15%?
I'm gonna nod at Wraith.
He's your lord?
Wraith is aghast, just kind of like mouth, like looking at the building, like shaking his head, trying to figure out where this day is going.
Have people started to try and put the fire out, or is this a lost case?
The fire was beginning to get put out. There was a lot of people working as a sort of bucket chain to put the fire out.
I'll go and help.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray,
Yeah.
seeing that kind of joins in.
Yeah, Ruth's gonna help in as well. It's like
I'm just gonna help them in the sense that like it will be less incriminating if we were in the chain throwing buckets of water.
we literally just arrived here, and you're already causing hassle.
Actually, can I?
Who are you talking to there?
You know who I'm talking to.
Can I?
I'm gonna say, I apologise for the gut punch, alright?
Ruth's just gonna look at you and go be like, "Is the demon talking? Is this
It
this
is.
the demon?"
It's currently talking about how I could cook really delicious roast beef on the house on fire.
They taste just like
So-
pork, love. You'd love them.
Yeah, I know. So at the moment, I'm doing my best to just ignore the suggestions being made.
I'd like to walk to the line and just start taking charge of things, like ordering people around. And like, yes,
Jennifer.
yes, throw it there, yes, and then just like make them do what I wanted.
Juniper's staring up at the fire as if transfixed, like eyes wide, the fire like reflecting in her eyes.
I'm gonna join in the bucket chain as well.
Okay.
You know.
So after a couple minutes, the fire is fully out, and you notice Donovan coming outside and looking at the damage and going,
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, but at least it's fixed now. Does anybody know anyone that's that can fix this?
at this point, another one comes and goes,
Someone's been looking for fences. Fences? Oh, I know where we can get some fences. Let's go buy some.
and they sort of wander off together along the road. What are you wanting to do now?
Well, I feel a bit better, so I think I'm going to let everyone know what the contract is, and say something like, I don't know, well, there's a job they want us to do. Alternatively, we could offer our services to them. I think it would be wiser to keep our options open until I can find a bloody fence.
So I point at the smoking building and I say, so this wasn't the job.
No, this is the people who gave the job, obviously.
Oh.
Well, I can't disagree about keeping options open. We don't even really know the reason why we're being tasked with killing these people.
This may be
Killing people's bad for business.
this may be a wild shot, but say, is this like a last hurrah before, we join the Grey Wardens? Is that what this is all about?
Are you saying that we can go in a crime spree and then be all is forgiven after we join the water?
And I
Is
think
that
about
what
it.
you're
I think about it for a second. And I go, yeah.
Ruth's just gonna like face palm and go, "Why?
Wraith
Why?"
looks at Vincenzo and says, I'd like to point out that I have not instigated any instances of criminality.
That's the kind of spirit we need.
I'm gonna say, I'm not looking to cause trouble or break the law. I just want to find a bloody fence.
Why do you want to find fence?
And take out the artwork, show it to you, and then put it back.
You don't know where you're going, don't you? What's it? But
Well, no, I'm going to their rivals who are taking a cut of the market, so they'll be interested.
look, I'm ambivalent about this because who knows? Tomorrow we're joining with a Grey Warden inside of us. It's all going to be. I think we're going to look back out.
I should hope so. Wraith is just continually eyeing Jose with this kind of wary vibe about him.
I really feel the demon has gotten to him, and this is just her or it.
Did you guys find out anything about
Please.
this?
Please.
Unfortunately not, but my understanding is that we would need a good number of mages in Lyrium to sorted out. And neither do we have.
The sooner we get to the Grey Wardens on that front, the better.
Yes. I'm assuming
Well,
we'll have more mages in Lyrium to do the ritual.
I'll be as glad to see the back of her as you lot are. But don't think that this isn't who I am.
That's what's concerning.
I'm one of the good guys now. I'm a Grey Warden. Or soon to be.
Is Donovan that's up to sight?
They've gone away, and as you've been sitting there discussing what to do, you see the two Fabricant return carrying what looks like 2 lengths of fence back and seem to be taking them inside.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and start walking away.
Okay. So are you going to this other tavern?
Guess so, yeah.
I'm
Anyone want to join?
gonna follow him and then decide what I do when it comes down to what's going to happen.
Yeah, Wraith is moving to the back of the pack. if Jose's up at the front leading, Wraith is at the back, probably with Ruth, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't want to be part of this.
Yes. We've been dragged into something. Well, I've been dragged into so many things so far, but this is rather unsavory. We should certainly find out why.
Part of me is actually willing to just follow just to watch him meet his demise, and hopefully the demon, if it happens, and we've killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes. Well,
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow and say charming.
Oh, you're so charming yourself.
I know. I try.
He's just gonna glare at him, just be like,
I'm just like trying to wind you up now, aren't I?
yeah, it's
Which
very
is
easy to
just
do
like-
for Ruth.
Busy writing in this book, licking the pen, going again. So this is for
Everyone needs every good story needs a good anti-hero. Yes.
Ruth's just making gestures behind his back. Wanker.
Wraith, try as he might, sniggers and smiles at that kind of stuff. It's a bit puerile, but it's in this instance,
look at the 2 mortal enemies making friends of comedy.
I know, they found common ground.
Well, slowly but surely, there's enough of it building up that it's like, grudging allies.
Turns
The
out
rest of
that
us are Dad, the anti-hero, and the comic relief. So
I'm assuming Jennifer is following.
vaguely,
Vaguely.
she gets distracted.
Just stealing
occasionally.
things on the way.
She's following him though. Where are my people going now? Going over there.
Yeah.
I probably should go with them. Just wandering behind.
Slowly wandering behind with a fish in her mouth.
Yeah.
Just like hanging out of the cloak.
Yeah, just like gnawing away, looking around, nicking the odd knife,
Yeah.
befuddling the odd guard.
So you get down to this tavern at the docks. It is already, you can see the clientele compared to the other tavern is vastly different, and this does seem to be, let's say, the house for most sailors when they just want something cheap and cheerful. And outside there are several very scantily dressed individuals of various gender, race and clothing style, shall we say. So they're all sort of standing around, and as you sort of walk past to look at the front door, they all kind of look at you, trying to work out which one you're giving the eye to.
Ruth is immediately like eyes down on the ground, hunching into his layers, be like, oh god, no.
And
Oh, creators,
Making
no.
sustained eye contact with all of them.
Jennifer just goes up. It's like I'm gonna rub up against your legs. I'm gonna get under your feet. I'm gonna be all in the way.
And then there's a hand that comes like behind Jennifer's shoulder and just move along.
I'm gonna. Well, okay. First, do any of them have a scar on their right?
As you
Side.
get right next to the door, you notice a sort of slightly older one with a massive scar leading down her eye, and it's like it's come down and down like someone's almost had their eye ripped out.
All right. I'm gonna turn to the nearest.
Lady or man of the evening.
Yes. and then point to Ruth and say, and throw him a few coins. I'm then going to walk up to the one with a scar, or scar, wound, whatever, and inquire as to certain things that are perhaps not to be spoken out loud about money.
As you walk up and you sort of begin to start gently fumbling over your words, you get the, "Don't worry, dearie, I do all sorts. I might look old, but my bones are fine.
That's good to hear.
I try tightening muscles every day.
I'm going to...
I'm worth the money."
Yeah. I'm going to... I guess, yeah, no. I'll say, do you have a room?
"Oh, I used to do it over a barrel, dearie. I don't have so much of a luxury as a room.
Shame.
I
A
mean,
quiet corner.
a corner. Oh, you like the quiet, do you? Okay.
I'm gonna wander around the corner of the building, find somewhere private to talk.
Oh, he's gone to the light side. He must be one of those doggy people. Yes. Well. Just wanders round after him.
I'm tempted to say, narrator, there were some soft squidgy noises and he came back with bloodied fists and her purse. No.
As this happens, I look at the rest of them and just go, "I've made a mistake."
I made a mistake in following. I should not have done it.
Yes, this is quite the den of iniquity.
Ruth is in hell. He's in actual hell.
I'm
every minute of this.
I'm sure you do.
Juniper is goggle-eyed at everything in this room, like,
what's going on here?
You've not actually got into the tavern yet. You're still standing outside.
Yeah,
Well, same thing really.
he's paid for Ruth.
He's paid for Ruth. Which of the other ones would Ruth preferably have, rather than...
None of them. They are diseased.
I'd like to point out that I'm trying to do my level best to annoy everyone, it seems, in between the punt and the payment.
Okay.
I'm wondering how I can get Juniper and Kabaj. What's the best way of getting them annoyed?
I think you
a
come
fish,
out.
obviously.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Or a cloak.
so
or anything that she
Jose
owns.
walks round the corner.
Gotcha.
A couple of seconds later, this older woman walks round as well, and goes, "You wanted here, dearie?"
Sure. I'm going to ask questions whilst business is conducted.
"Well, I can't talk with my mouth full, dearie."
That's all right. You won't be needing it.
"You doing what, dearie?"
This podcast
Your
is
mouth.
rated for mature.
Now start talking.
This podcast is rated B for batshit insane.
That's how
Yeah.
I rate it.
A for absolutely bananas.
Yes.
B for
B for, if we've got A is bananas and B is
completely
chaos.
nuts.
So right.
D
Anyway, so
May I disappoint while business is being conducted? Can I walk into the tavern, go to the bar, offer what little change I have for whatever?
ask for a really stiff drink because goddamn.
Whatever passes as like, I don't know, cod liver oil with like spiked with whiskey or something. I don't know. But like
he gives
my question while holding the glass is like to the bartender is like, you know someone called Doc. What's up?
Yeah, he's one of them fuzzy kinds, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he? So you guys have like? Does he come down here, or like, is he liked here?
He don't get on well with Andre upstairs.
Is Andre the owner of this?
No, Andre's the one in the sort of the one that's not covered in shit. Everyone else you can tell's in his gang, but they're basically covered in shit. Whereas Andre's the one that's always clean and tidy.
Thank you very much. And I hesitantly look at the drink and hold it out of his point of view and then just pour it out into the room.
As you pour it down, you notice several plants growing between the boards. It's not that you're the first person to have done this.
Also, I mean, you've paid for it, right? So who cares?
Yeah. I will go upstairs to Andre, but I'll let business get through.
Okay. Well, we'll just have a couple of minutes later. A very confusing, muffled conversation between Tom and this old woman. She sort of stops and goes, "Well, that's you at your 5 minutes, dearie. I'm sorry I didn't finish you, but you didn't seem to be in the mood."
Quite alright. Anytime. I'm gonna tip her.
As in push her over, or as in give her money?
Money.
Okay, it's a valid question, to be fair.
It is. Alright, that'd be... so, tip and... I don't know, however, whatever that cost would be, what? 2 coins, 3 coins?
What did you actually want to know from this whole experience?
Oh, I was asking, who the boss was. I was asking how good trade was. I was asking any particularly aggressive marketing strategies that were being used.
Well, you got back. It's Andre.
General.
It's trade's fine, and we tried by crossbow before, but it tended to put them a bit off.
Fair enough. Andre, okay. Any word on what he looks like? Tall, small?
He's quite small, but don't tell anyone.
Alright. Alright then. Minus tip. 7 coins left.
Okay.
Cool. I think I've got what I wanted.
All right. So what's Ruth, Wraith, and Juniper doing?
Ruth is pawing off people and from touching him and coming near him. He's like, I will freeze you. I will knock you out.
I've been paid by the gentleman to
I don't care.
I mean, I'm easy, whatever you're wanting.
Nothing you can offer me. I don't want any of it.
I can play the lute at the same time.
How? No, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. Pick your favorite person and go and make their day. I'm perfectly content.
Oh, all right then. And the sort of two of them wander off.
Oh, so creative.
I'm frankly amazed. I don't think I would call any of my colleagues my favourite person.
They have a great working environment.
They must do.
Yeah.
They must.
Wraith, being Ruth, being such a tiz, I suppose, goes, you look like you could do with a stiff drink. Shall we go into the bar after Vincenzo? And he looks like it's Juniper.
I don't really want to drink in this establishment either. If this, who knows what is crawling around in the...
Well, it's that or stand out here with these folk.
That's a threat.
As long as they don't ask me for any services.
Well, if you're content to stay out here, I'd rather be inside. I may have something that suits my palate.
Yeah, I'd rather not
They won't.
venture into the den of repute. Thank you very much.
Well, as you will, Juniper.
I like to think Juniper has at some point already snuck inside and is now fascinated by a game of cards playing on a table with some big hulking blokes and just sitting there like,
Yep.
So
cards.
the first time you looked, then Juniper was there, and then the second time, Juniper's not there. Oh,
There's a faint outline of cat fur, and then there's nothing else. And
Just holler if you need me.
She
Well,
sees a guy
absolutely.
like doing the knife between the fingers thing and is transfixed. Like she wants this, she wants to do it, she wants the knife. Just
It's like every time a small brawl breaks out, someone standing throwing a knife at the other one in front of the other one, Juniper just walks over and just takes the knife as the two of them are staring at each other.
Basically.
Yep.
So
He's
as Wraith walks into the bar, then he sees Juniper. Would it be fair to say that he might be like he's doing the hand thing, and you're getting closer and closer, uncomfortably as it's going on, to the point where you might interrupt it in a moment? And yeah,
Just the face.
Just like in front of the knife
Makes a
maker.
little pause, like basically, and the eyes going wider and wider.
so Wraith kind of looks a little bit put off by that and strides over to the bar. Barkeep, do you have any drinks from Tevinter?
He sort of rummages around and he brings out some that looks suspiciously like urine and slams it in the desk and goes, I think this came out of a Tevinter.
I thought you were going to go with this is from the winter, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
I leave all those one-liners to the Muppets when I have to deal with them.
Wraith looks at the bottle, kind of winces a little bit. I'll take that as a no. Have you seen a rather aggressive-looking man come in here earlier? Probably not long ago.
See a lot of them. Are we talking sexually tense or are we talking just angry?
Mostly just angry, I think.
Oh, that could have been anyone really. So
well.
gestures round the room, and as he gestures round the room, you look round and you catch a glance of Vincenzo on the stairs.
That's not who he's talking about, but seeing Vincenzo, he goes, oh, well, fair enough, thank you very much. And he walks over to Vincenzo on the stairs.
I like to say that, like, aggressive and violent is not exactly Vincenzo's. But yes, I wave as I see Wraith, and as soon as he gets within earshot, I'm like, don't drink anything yet. In the most serious, like, party going, like somebody who's gone to a lot of parties and just go, like, don't drink anything yet.
Yes, well, I've just spoken to the barman, and I could have sworn he offered me urine. I'm not sure why anybody would actually, and he looks around the room. I'm not going to continue this train of thought.
Yeah, probably wise.
Our friend, oh, sorry, and he winces again. I keep referring to him as that. Jose, where have you seen Jose?
No, Jose is not in. I think what has happened is I found out that who this person is that they're super interested in. The condition for the job, I see. And I point to like I don't like full on point. I just like casually point at the. I'm assuming the door on the first floor where they pointed me at, where some guy called Ante. He's supposed to be the owner of this establishment who doesn't like what? Sorry, the third. Now, here's the thing. We could just walk up and tell him to, leave if you don't want a murder to happen. Or we could just, like, stay down here and pretend like we're not involved.
Well, I'm hesitant to be involved in another negotiation. I'll be honest with you.
How are you? And I look at him up and down as I say it. How are you in a tavern fight?
Well, I tend to keep it in my distance, and it's not often I would end up in a place like this, and certainly it's not my way to be beginning fights. I spend most of my time dealing with patients and the deceased. But, well, you've seen what I can do. If provided nobody can lay a finger on me, then I'm all right.
Could you get, like, that one? And I point at Juniper to start the tavern fight. And I kind of, like, walk up the stairs to what's on his
All right. At this point, while Ruth is sort of standing outside, cursing that they're still inside and taking their time, a man finally walks up and goes, "Ah, elf! I have not had elf in a while. How are you?" And he sort of looks at Ruth up and down.
No. I
Still
no.
muted, Amy.
Oh.
She wasn't.
Yep, still muted.
Yeah.
Is your microphone turned on?
Lovely. I can hear you.
No.
Can anyone else hear Amy or is it just me?
Yeah, I can hear him.
It's just you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can hear us, right? Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
I'm now really confused.
Yeah.
We can all hear Amy.
I can see Vincenzo talking, but I can't hear anything.
What?
No.
See.
I can hear him.
It's you.
It might just be me. Everything might just be
It
fucked.
is
I can't
you.
hear anything. Is it just me that's fucked and I can't hear anyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Ah, this is why I hate headphones.
Oh, we're
Hang
having
on.
such a good run there.
Someone talk.
Oh,
Before the
no.
tank gremlins rear their head again.
There we go. It's this
You
fucking
actually-
headset.
There we
Ah, okay.
Oh, hang on. Talk again?
Hello?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, as I said, it's the cat's lying next to the headset, so I think you might have just. There's a weird rolly bar on the headset, so yeah, apologies. Anyway,
That's alright.
so yes, Rith, what was your
Mine
response?
turned off my camera earlier. You're fine.
Ruth, no, I am not a whore. No.
I did not say whore. I said very interesting elf. Come on, come inside. Come.
And he sort of sweeps you inside the door.
Like, literally just takes me. I can imagine he's just like picking me up by
He
like,
sort
the
of
scruff.
swept his arm around you and is sort of picking you up and sort of carrying you in. The rest of you all see this very large man in red and gold finery walking in.
Someone get him off me.
I found myself a friend. Everyone get drinks on me. Go on. Get yourself drinks. I take new friend upstairs. Come on, new friend.
No friend doesn't want to go upstairs. No friend is quite happy remaining here. Put me down.
Yes. And Wraith steps up. Where are you going, my
Ah,
dark companion?
another friend as well. You can join party too.
And he sort of hugs Wraith with one arm and sort of holds Wraith the other side and sort of walks up carrying one in each arm.
Wraith
Ruth is
looks
literally kicking.
Vincenzo over the shoulder of this hulking man.
I'm halfway up the stairs. Can I find a bar urchin? You know, like a regular bar urchin in close proximity. Like up to like a kid who's running dishes or something.
All right, yes, you can find yeah. What do you want? What do you want to use it
by
for?
the shoulder. I'm like, is that Amber?
So he sort of hulks past you, and he sort of pushes you to one side as he doesn't seem to notice you, because he seems to be too obsessed by something going. I have lots of time and lots of friends now. We have vodka. We are fine. We are going to be good friends.
I will summon Bruno as him.
All right, roll.
To start the night.
Roll to summon Bruno.
Okay. Just to be clear, I have taken Steve off the roster.
What is
It
still
is a
on the roster, just so I know?
I can do a rodent, I can do Bruno, I can do Steve, Steve
Mac.
place, and then there's Mackinley. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, for that number it's Bruno. Bruno appears.
Yeah. I would
And-
like him to appear like at this guy's face and then just go.
Okay, let's see what his reaction is. Natural 2. He goes,
no.
"Ah, rat! We have rat problem again. Come, friends, we have to run past rat." And he sort of starts running towards the room and ends up just barging straight through the door.
I'm assuming at this point I have at some point scratched the guy's hand and grabbed the knife. Can I just book it after them?
Yeah. Well, there was a fight starting, but then when there were free drinks at the bar, everyone sort of cheered and ran to the bar. So you're kind of fighting your way through all this, like, groups of people trying to get drinks from the bar, and the barman is just handing bottles out now.
Blimey.
And I hop from
It's
head
for
to head.
everyone.
What is Jose doing?
After my investigative work, I have decided that instead of going back round the front to meet up with my companions, seeing as they indicated a distaste for this sort of thing, I would do it myself. So I've actually shimmied up the wall, the drain pipe, and whatever else is there, and I'm trying to get in through a window upstairs.
All right. So as you look through the window upstairs, you see this gigantic, like 8 foot tall, basically bear of a man charge through the wall in front of you, carrying Ruth and Wraith on one on each side of him.
When you say charge through the wall,
Literally, definite charge through the wall. Like breaks through the door. The door frame is smaller than him. He just breaks through it. And
Is
you
there
hear
any
him
other
shout,
windows, or is it just
"Rats! Rats! I must avoid the rats."
are there any other windows?
Nope.
Okay, can I open it? Or is it locked?
Yep, I can open it.
Okay, gonna slip inside then.
Okay.
Guess I'll follow at a distance, see
Okay,
what's going
so
on.
they're in this room. This room has a large 4-poster double bed in it. It has a small desk with a chair that looks about half the size of this guy. And it has a large cocktail cabinet on the back. What do you want to do?
Ruth wants to flee.
Would it be fair to say, like, Wraith is definitely like flailing and trying to like get out
Yeah.
as best he can, like throughout this entire process?
Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot of like ineffectual kicking going on because I'm assuming that they, like their arms are like pinned to their sides.
Yeah.
In the grass, like he's got us on either side, kind of thing.
He sort of sits you down in front of him and he's still kind of hugging you. And he sort of leans down and goes, "Don't you move, little friend. I'll get the vodka." And he sort of turns round. Let's go. He both turns round and picks up what looks like a massive jug behind him and goes, fresh vodka, and starts glugging it back.
While he's doing that, Wraith looks to Ruth. Quickly do something, and he flings his hand out towards the guy and casts Thorned Roots as a starter.
Okay. So do me a roll with your magic. Let's see how that goes.
Well,
Yep, that's fine.
I'm gonna add a stun along with that.
That's fine.
13.
Yes. So you basically stick him to the spot and you give him a stun. He sort of winces quite violently and then he sort of stops drinking and goes, "Oh, he must have got the Vara stuff. He's terrible." Smashes it on the floor. And goes, "Don't worry, friends. We have more than enough alcohol for all of us." And he starts trying to move and he's looking really confused why his leg's not moving.
I'm going to be by the hole that he's made in the wall, I guess.
Yep.
Trying to charge through. I'm just gonna peek around, do a quick beckon, and
Well, Bruno comes running towards you.
what Bruno? Where's he come from?
He was summoned.
He was summoned.
Of course he was. I'm gonna tie the belt and shoelace as a sort of tripwire thing across the doorway, and then be like, come on.
Are you beckoning Bruno or are you beckoning?
No, I'm beckoning Ruth and Wraith. Ruth and Wraith.
is there space to get around this guy? Where, like, because there's a big four-poster
It's
bed.
just-
I'm trying to imagine the size of the room.
It's quite a large sort of, it's almost luxury room, which is a real, I've forgotten the word. The word that's like the complete polar opposite from something else. Of the downstairs bar, which looks like the most of a dive. Yeah, well, yeah, opposite. It's like the most polar opposite of the dive bar downstairs. The bed's sort of off in the corner, but he's sort of standing in the middle, swaying strangely, staring right into this sort of cabinet of bottles, trying to work out why his legs aren't moving. You're sort of standing behind him, and then the door is like off to your right.
Yeah,
He's
Ruth's
fine.
making straight for the door.
yeah,
Come out here.
bolting
Oh, there you
toward Jose, taking care to step over.
Yeah,
his,
mind the tripwire.
Put down.
Have I
Yeah,
caught
getting
up
out
with
door.
you yet, by the way?
Yes, you've got. I imagine you've probably come up the stairs and found Vincenzo staring round the corner as Bruno is avidly yapping at this large man.
I'd like him to just like be dancing around in front, like looking to hostilities, yapping at him while he's confused to add to the confusion.
Okay. He flings his arms around and goes, "Flee! Flee!" And then he slams his hand down, and there's a sudden silence to the barking.
Oh no, poor Bruno.
Can I throw a fish at the guy?
Yes.
Do I have to roll?
Roll to hit him, yes. He's not exactly hard to
Oh,
miss.
that kind of roll. I thought you meant like a forward roll. And then throw the fish in.
Tactical.
Momentum! Yes, you sort of do a sort of slight roll forward, you hurl the fish, it slaps him on the side and sticks to his beard.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Success!
Yeah.
Wraith, after leaving the room, has continued down the corridor, down the stairs. He's running as far as he can away from this situation. Just kind of going, "Oh!" as he goes.
Okay. Alright. So, as he sort of stands back up, you hear a, "What is this?" Rips half his beard off, holding this fish, looking at this fish, going, "What are you?" What do you want to do?
I want to yell, "Hey, Andre!"
You know my
around the corner.
name, Ghost Fish?
Andre, it's bedtime. Go to sleep.
Fuck you, motherfish. I'm my own man.
Well, at least we know who we're looking for. Hence why I yell. It's, you know, if you want to find who you're looking for, just shout.
Solid gambit.
What do I have in my biggest? That's
So either we could.
where's Ruth right now? Have you also
Yeah, I was just about to say, because where am I?
Where are you? Where do you want to be? Well, Wraith is
Because
just...
Wraith ran
You and
away
Wraith ran out of the room, and then
Wraith-
Wraith just continued
yeah.
down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm probably following
Past
Wraith
me.
then.
past me, and then as soon as you go past
I like the idea that as you ran past, I was like, stairs or window. You choose.
Oh God!
If you want to avoid certain situations, perhaps the window would be more to your taste.
I'm just reminded of the TikTok that I shared in the Discord the other day.
Which one?
Should we be
The
concerned?
one where I was like, it was the critical role one where Percy falls out the window. And he was like, I'm going to go find a window, and then 2 seconds later he falls out the window on top of two of the other characters. I'm like, oh, it's Ruth.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
So no, I'm avoiding the window.
Okay.
Oh man.
So,
I look at the Jose and I'm like, what's the plan? Like, it's a very what's the plan kind of gesture.
I'm gonna be like, we run, or we kill him.
That's right.
I'm gonna have a quick. Is there anything that looks? No, actually, I don't think. I still haven't found a fence for all the stuff I've already got. I need money. I want to buy a nice shiny dagger, and also like a decent tunic, because the current one is a bit like falling apart a bit at the moment.
Is this your internal monologue?
Yes.
So like it's kind of like interesting because if you were to communicate it to the group, you'd probably had a whip out.
all I really hear is when he says, I want a better tunic, this one's quite falling apart, and goes, but love, you can see all the fun bits through it.
I can see this being the angle being that like talk of a nice dagger and everything is like, let's antagonize Juniper. Let's
Yeah, let's steal one of
Yeah.
hers. Yeah. No. And I like the idea that the possession ghost says that, and I'm just like, well, like my ribs. You're weird. Anyway, so I'm gonna follow Vincenzo and we're gonna book it.
I mean, the
I
cat
guess.
has such pretty daggers, love, you could easily steal one of hers.
I'm busy. I'm booking it.
Ah, you always were a fan of books.
I know what the statement is. I have a rough idea what the statement is, but like, I have
So-
a theory, but I'm not hearing.
So, Jose and Vincenzo run down the stairs full pelt. Are you grabbing Juniper on the way past?
Yes.
Okay.
As
By the
is
scruff of the neck, or
usual. As is usual, no, like a gentle scoop.
a scoop?
It's like,
You scope the cat on the way past.
so as not to alarm.
So
the
this
most
idea that
natural-
Vincenzo has perfected the art of scooping Juniper without bothering them, just whoop, and now we're leaving. Oh, okay.
Like,
Ruth's already like out the door.
Looking out real far.
Yeah. No, it's what I do to my friend's cat as well when they're like walking past up the stoop and then just they are scooped.
Oh dear. So, you all run outside. As you run outside, you hear a, "Huh? Where did my friend go?" And you sort of hear a, and then as you're all running outside, you hear this bellowing from the window upstairs, going, "Friend!"
Wraith had slowed down a little bit, but the pace is now back on and is
Done it again.
going
One
straight
second.
to the
He was
car.
breathing. He was just like.
There we go. Sorry.
Sorry.
Start again, Eden.
Great for lodging.
Second wind, you know.
Yeah, so straight to the car,
to the
jumping
car.
onto it and looking back to see who's behind.
What, did you take the cart here? I thought you just walked here.
No.
Yeah,
We're running all the way. We're running all the way back to the
Oh,
car.
running all the way back.
Running all the way back as far as it takes if his stamina can hold out.
Okay.
Here's a question. Pup,
Yes.
is there actually a fence in this town?
I mean, do
Who
you want it to
knows?
answer? Do you want it to? I think you
Because-
can say like a fence where you get yourself few.
I mean,
goods
I
because
was keep
because
resisting making the jokes
basically,
about being fences all around houses and stuff. Yes.
Basically, I want to get rid of the crap that's I'm hauling around, and I just want to get rid of it and get some money in return. I'm not fussy, man. Please, just give me an out. Show me a pawn shop or a bargain basement warehouse or something, please, Christ. An antiques shop, for God's sake, would do.
Okay.
It would be very hilarious if we were running and then there's like a giant sign that says "Pawn your goods here." It's a big shop. Like
Just-
we missed it. We missed it like 5 times. We walked past here.
Yeah,
we
even
just
with the
missed
big
this.
glowing neon sign above it, you missed it. Yeah.
You find a pawnbroker's, but it just sells prawn.
Oh,
Ah.
it is a port.
It's a port town. Hey! Oh, dear.
So yes, you continue running. After a couple of minutes of running, you feel the ground shake behind you, and in the distance you can hear this, "Friend, I am coming."
Oh, balls.
And we run towards the. And this is Vincenzo shouting out loud as he's running towards the car. Can we take a detour towards the people? Donovan.
Grey Warden.
Wraith with his hands on the reins. Wherever it is, as long as it's far away from this guy.
I'll
I'm
jump on.
thinking. I'm thinking
jump on.
Grey Warden HQ might be a good place to go.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
them
thought that's where
dead,
we
but-
were. I thought that's where we were staying
No,
anyway.
we've just been parked here and.
You're staying at a tavern next to Grey Warden
Going through
HQ.
the books. Captain Yevon is going through the books of our misdeeds while we are doing all of this.
Phil works for Tristan. Tristan's got to vouch for all of you.
Poor
And
Tristan.
she's like, they're perfectly fine, and outside there's like a cart that's being.
There's a fire that's recently
Red-
been put out, and
They're
there's
just screaming, going, "Where are we going?"
Anywhere but here.
Wraith is definitely like he's holding back. Like how far away from the car is everybody else? Like I'm assuming Ruth being quite close.
Ruth's already in there with you.
Yeah,
He's-
I imagine.
I assume everyone's
I
made it to
imagine
the
there's
car.
this like brief moment of camaraderie where you helped each other onto the cart to both
Yeah.
get away fast.
I will launch Juniper towards the cart, hoping that she'll land on her feet, and then like hold out a hand for Jose.
Just
And
All
hold
right.
out the hand for
No,
Renee as well.
I've actually already snuck off. Before.
On shop.
Yeah.
I didn't even looking for Jose in terms of people
I
getting
like-
on.
Just ignore
As soon as everybody else is on, he cracks the whip. And
I wonder if the large ground trembling was him tripping over the tripwire. Oh, speaking of which, I need to remove
Maybe.
Let's see.
the spare shoelace and spare belt
Uh,
from my
he
inventory.
did trip over the tripwire, then he rolled down the stairs and took out several people at the bottom of the stairs, and then got back up and started running out of the room.
Yeah, I bet he did. Blimey. Okay, so I've only got one shoelace left as well. I used one of them. Oh well.
If Wraith is like starting the cart, I want to just start giving him directions to where the first bar burned down. I
Getting the
wanna
horse
basically
warmed up.
bring it full circle. Yeah, getting the horse warmed up and bring it full circle to the burned out bar and like just kind of going, run in there, run out the back.
Wraith, he follows the commands, and he's just in the moment of like, yes, anywhere. Yeah, drives them on to that location.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then as soon as we screech to a halt there, I'm gonna get off and go like into the place.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming Donovan and all are in there.
Yes.
Yes.
You screech to a
What
halt
happened?
outside, you run inside, as you, in the distance, you still see this very sort of half limping, half sort of charging gigantic man with his half removed beard.
I like the idea that you can tell where he is because of the dust cloud that's slowly getting closer and closer.
Yeah. I am gesturing to everyone
Roadrunner style.
to
Roadrunner
like
style.
kind of come follow me through this like burnt establishment.
Wraith is barreling through the door, still quite breathless. Falls into the bar and just hands on the bar.
Ruth's already like trying to find a hiding space,
Yeah.
like cupboards,
Yeah, I would say-
a box bench or whatever, but they're little boxes.
What's in the box? But yes, I just jump over the bar and then like kind of while I'm peeking out, I'm also opening a bottle of brandy. Just like, it's like
Nervous habit.
yeah, nervous habit.
The barman's just looking at you very confused, going, can I help you?
Yes,
I-
there's a
Oh.
man after us.
It's good. Good. I see the barman has recovered from the concussion I inadvertently gave him when I was trying to make sure he wasn't noticing that I was setting fire to the bar. How scorched is it, by the way?
Quite.
That's good.
He's looking
good
at
to hear.
Wraith, going like, I recognise you, but I can't place where from.
It's probably the concussion.
Wraith's stomach is churning. He feels sick from the running.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Kind of looks around the room desperately and sees the staircase and kind of like hobbles and staggers up the stairs just to get some more distance.
Alright. At this point, you hear the rumbling get closer, and then there's a sound like someone trying to fit through a door that's too small for them. Hello, cat.
Hello.
And the door kind of shatters into millions of pieces, and this gigantic man is standing in the doorway going, "Hello, friend. Why you hide from me, friend? I just want to drink with you."
I'm assuming I'm still on the cart. I just kind of got left behind because there was a big fish.
The
just
car
sat
is
there.
like haphazardly parked outside, and you're just standing on the car watching this giant man just run past you.
Hope it doesn't get towed.
Shot. Can I aim a dagger for the middle of his fucking spine?
Yes. Roll.
Dex?
Go June, go June. Solve our problem.
Our murder child will help us now.
Yep. You throw a dagger, it shunks straight into his spine. He sort of staggers forward, and he kind of like, it's like he's losing sensation in his legs. What do you want to do?
Oh, good. He's paralysed.
No, get my knife back. That was the big knife I nicked off the guy.
Oh.
So he falls forward, and he's like, "Oh, my legs have failed me, friend. It's fine, I can still drink." And he starts crawling his way towards the bar.
Reasonable.
Wraith goes to the door where Donovan the Third had previously been met and starts pounding on it and tries the handle. Is it open?
Yep.
You open the door and you go, oh, hello, how are you doing then? Did you
He's
manage to
puppy.
sort it out, Mr. Lawyer? Oh, hang on, I got some bread for you. And he goes off and makes it.
Never
It's
mind
the
your
same,
stale
it's the same
bread.
bit of bread.
Yeah.
Never mind your stale bread, and he knocks it away.
Wow.
Andre
what's-
is coming. He's going to be downstairs any second.
Andre? Oh, no, not Andre! And he goes, he just sort of disappears behind the table.
What about the big boss?
The big
I
boss
like
is
to
not there.
imagine. I like to imagine that while this is all going on, I'm having an intense and heated debate with the pawn shop owner as to whether the goblet is crystal or crushed glass. And I'm just like, no. Look, see the shine there?
It's just like, just imagine this, looking out the window in the distance, you just see all this carnage and just pulls back, and it's just
I'm
Jose
just like-
standing in the tower going, this is crystal, listen. Ding!
So this is all Jose's fault in the so we're all
Basically,
gonna be-
yeah.
We're literally never going to trust you again, Jose.
Quite possibly.
We're all going to hate you.
Quite possibly.
Except maybe Juniper.
Juniper doesn't have a hateful bone in her
Juniper-
body.
Yeah, I think
Oh, she
Juniper
does. It's reserved for
You
people who pick
answered
her
the
up quickly and
letter.
give her a tickle on the tummy.
Now, like me,
Then the danger.
you're a pawn to
Danger.
this place.
Why did we swoop you up?
Just the follow, man.
Swooping's okay.
Yeah,
Also, there's no tickles. That's all. Is how if I peek over the table with my comically small glass full of brandy, how much? How far away from being dead is?
He's about
Andre?
2 meters away from you, crawling forward at about maybe half a meter every couple of seconds, and he's got this massive dagger halfway down his spine, and the blood is pouring down his legs.
Can I electrocute the dagger?
Yes.
It's like-
Roll
and
your
I-
magic to execute the dagger.
I will literally like use a lightning bolt if possible to just electrocute the dagger. And hopefully it won't tickle. 16.
16? Yep. You shunk some lightning into it. There's a sort of frying smell in the air, and you see him start juddering violently, and then his beard catches fire.
Well,
The brandy.
the half that's left.
Yes, the half is left.
I sip the brandy, and then I pour myself up.
Once
Fair.
the electricity is gone, Juniper is just going over there and just yoinking that dagger back out.
I like the idea that actually no. If Jose was there, he might be like, ooh, meat's back on the menu, boys, or some other thing like that, roast dinner tonight, etc, etc. But he's not. He's now arguing over whether or not the candlesticks are 15 karat gold or 14 karat gold.
At this point, this poor vendor is going, I sell prawn! Prawn!
No, please don't. Please don't say that. I need to just get rid of this shit. Please don't do that to me. Come on, pup, please. I beg you.
He'll give you
It's a
prawns
good
in
joke.
exchange, you'll buy them, but he doesn't know anything about them.
I just want to get rid of this stuff out of my inventory. I like a clean inventory, and I can't get rid of any of this stuff because you keep making it into a joke.
Well. So,
Don't even spell them the same way.
The R is stylized, that's why you can figure it out.
so
Or they're dyslexic.
let me see. Is he still with it?
Oh.
Yeah, he's still alert and crawling towards the bar. What do you want to do?
I look at Ruth and I'm just like. It's
Ruth's in a cupboard.
Ruth's
in a cupboard.
Ruth's in a cupboard. Yeah.
He's hiding.
I'll wait to see what the fabricants do.
Yeah, back in the room, Wraith is looking around. Where did you go? He's going. I think he's downstairs now. Hearing the commotion, he starts looking around frantically under the table from every angle.
Alright, let's see, does anything happen? You hear the sound of rustling, and Vincenzo notices what looks like a hammer behind a table just bobbing along towards where Andre is.
Take another sip from my plus. Pour myself in the room.
Alright. Does anything change? You see the fabricant appear. He goes, "This one's for me!" And he pulls it up and smashes this hammer down on top of Andre. Doesn't do anything to him. Andre just looks at him and just bounces off like it was made of
It just
plastic.
makes a squeaky noise.
Yeah. Oh, what are you, teddy bear friend? And just slaps him away.
Ooh.
In desperation, Wraith starts going through the drawers.
Okay.
Cotton.
In the drawers you find
Is this guy not dead?
lots of bits of paper, lots of bottles of ink. You find lots of stale bread.
That means they've had lots of lawyers.
He throws the drawers like kind of across the room as he's pulling them out, frustrated. "Oh, where did you go?" And he kind of runs back out of the room and sort of peers down the stairs. Can he see Andre's body from the top of the stairs? Like, has he got an angle on that?
Yes.
Okay. If he were to come down the stairs, would he be in arm's reach? Is he a safe distance?
He's still crawling slowly towards. He is looking very pale and he is charred around the face from his beard burning off.
Wraith runs down to the bottom of the stairs, then looks around the room, sees where everybody is and what's going on. What the hell's happening? Are we killing this man? What?
At this point, Vincenzo drunk just raises a glass to it.
How many brandies have you had? Christ.
Too many.
Slow down, man.
Too many.
It's been a rough day.
All you see is like an eye and an ear pop out from a cupboard, be going, "I'm having no part of this." And then shut back in.
Juniper just
This
waves
is-
a dagger around.
Yeah, this is how I cope with stress. I drink.
You know, a significant number of situations that this group ends up in could probably be resolved if the other party had any concept of the word no.
Yeah, but you're in a prawn shop buying prawns.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm in a pawn shop buying prawns. I'm not buying prawns. Shut up. I'm not talking about. I don't care about prawns. That's
He's
not what
not
I'm doing.
buying prawns, he's buying credit in prawns.
He's buying credit
Yes.
for buying prawns.
Crypto prawns, as I
I like to imagine it's just turned into a shopping trip now. It's like, you know, I've gone to the market to sell the prawns, to buy, I don't know, oxtail soup. I have to sell the oxtail soup in exchange for timber of medium quality. I then had to sell the timber so that I could get some credit off of the carpenter who gave it to me in the form of a wooden chair or two that were apparently exquisitely made and intended for the mayor of the village 3 towns across, except of course I just delivered the medium quality wood, so I very much doubt that it's an exquisitely made chair. I'm not going to say that. I'm just having my own adventure over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
I was going to say, it sounds
eventually-
fantastic. We should.
Eventually, I might be able to barter my way to a good tunic, a decent knife, and maybe.
Are you
even
doing the
some-
swapsy thing? As I'll give you this for that.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
And eventually, I'd like to think that I'll end up with, you know, some things for me and maybe some things for the team after all the trouble that I've just caused them.
Trying to buy their favour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, seeing the chaos then laid out in front of him, and everybody's there's a drunk Vincenzo, there's one in a cupboard, there's one brandishing a dagger as usual. He just kind of, oh, what the hell? And he fires off a thorned roots at Andre, and as he does, he shouts at the fabricant, "What the hell's going on? Why do you even want to kill this man?"
He's evil. Don't you see? We need to kill him. Kill him with this hammer, like this.
How does the thorn
Bonk
roots
off the head
work out?
again, doesn't do any damage.
Thorn roots isn't for damage. That's for just putting him in place.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. There we go.
Okay, this
22.
time the roots, because you rolled the high, the roots seem to have grabbed his arm, so he can't actually move at all now. He's very much held in place.
Wraith walks over to where the fabricant is and tries to grab it by the part of it. Fabric body.
Okay.
Like, as if it's like a scruff of a t-shirt
Okay.
or something. Tell me, what has this man done to deserve this? He seems friendly enough, much as his ways are strange.
You grab the fabricant, you hold it up, you shake it, two accordion-like legs just slowly bounce up and down below it. As it goes, well, he's evil, isn't he? You know, he's from them demons.
Is this thing like really light? Like, what's
Yes.
Okay, so I managed to pull the.
It's like
take the
holding a
whole
small
thing up.
pillow.
Okay, so Wraith kind of like shakes it a little bit and brings
Yeah,
him down.
fuck me
close to
up, see if
Andre.
that makes it better.
He brings him down close to Andre and he goes, Andre, do you know this thing?
Oh, the pretty lights.
He's dead. I mean, he's not yet, but he's going
He's
to be.
bleeding out profusely.
He's bleeding out now, yeah.
I walk over to Wraith and I put my hand on his shoulder and I take his hand. I'm assuming you still have the stone. I'll put your hand on the stone so you calm down.
Yeah,
I'll go
finally
collect
stops
Ruth
snowing
from the-
outside.
Yeah, I'll go collect Ruth from the cupboard and I'll
It's staying in the bottom of the cup.
and then just like kind of usher everyone outside while this is like quietly happening, and then just get in the cart.
Okay. You
And then-
sort of bustle everyone outside, and at this point you hear slump as Andre finally passes out dead, and the fabricant, who's still being held by Wraith, goes,
See, he's a demon. Watch this, it'll happen again.
and as Vincenzo bustles everyone outside, turns around to look at the dead body of Andre, a strange red glow seems to appear beneath Andre.
Vincenzo is just like the last glass of brandy. He just chucks it away.
As you watch the there is Andre seems to stand up in a sort of very ethereal form and look at himself and go, what has happened? How am I this? Oh no. He looks wide-eyed at you. He runs over and looks like he's trying to grab you, but his arms swing through you. Don't let them take me! At this point you see a sort of like a very thin man made of just bones just rise up from the back corner and goes,
You have failed me, Andre.
and he opens a book and you just watch Andre gets basically sucked into this book.
Do I see this weird?
You see this, no one else sees this because they're all outside.
And I look. Do I clock eyes with him? Like, do I like? Because I can't look away at this point.
Yeah, you're kind of like, okay, and at this point he turns to you and goes,
I'm sorry he has failed. Give me a number.
What is going on?
I'm just staring there. Have you come back from your cupboard?
I'd like to imagine that I've come back. I'm halfway through the bartering process.
You have a chair with you. You have a.
Yeah, currently I'm carrying, like, lugging this chair along with me, and to collect payment from the mayor or whatever.
If you're next to me, I'm like, can you see?
And I'm
that, or
like-
am I drunk?
And I'm like, what has happened here?
at
Can
this,
you see that, or am I really drunk?
at this point the skeleton just looks up from his book at Vincenzo and goes,
A number. Now.
Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna keep going. I'll catch up with you later.
9. And
9.
I.
you
and I
just see him,
kind of
this finger just tracing a book, and it stops and he goes, and then this strange essence just flies from the book and seems to land on Andre's form, and then it begins to start twitching and he goes,
May he serve me better.
and then just begins to sink back into the floor.
Well, that's creepy.
What did I miss when my computer crashed?
Oh,
Oh my
no!
I was gone for like 2 minutes. And
You missed a red light under Andre, and
I
then
thought it was just your camera that
yeah,
went.
I thought it was just your camera.
no,
Sorry,
no.
man, I had to stop if I realised.
I had that.
A red light appeared under Andre. There was a ghostly version of Andre appeared, tried to grab Vincenzo, begging him, "Don't let him take me." Then a skeleton form appeared in the corner and sucked Andre into a book, and then demanded Vincenzo gave him a number. And then something seemed to have been released from said book into Andre's corpse.
Right, yeah, that was an action-packed moment to have the computer fail me off.
Is the body starting to...
The body seems to be contorting. It's like you hear the sound of bones being snapped and moved, and it looks like all the blood is like being sucked back into it. After about 3 or 4 minutes, you see the form of a dwarf instead of Andre, and it sits up and looks bolt upright and goes, "Hey, hello? Like, am I in the right tavern?"
I'm assuming this is through the door or the window.
He's just sitting on the corner, just looking round, very
but
confused what's going on.
No, but I'm looking at Vincenzo's looking out through like a door here, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just closed the door. Walks in the car. And then while driving them back up to where we were parked, where Tristan had left us, I stone-facedly kind of explained exactly what happened in horrifying detail.
Juniper staring up in adoration, like eating a piece of tuna or like swordfish like it's watermelon. Like,
I think we should inform the chantry. This is
I don't think.
This is a little beyond us.
And I look at the chair and it's like, oh, nice chair. Medium quality timber.
Hey, I didn't put that chair on the car. I was busy lugging it to the transport department or whatever so that they could pay me, and then I could finally buy that tunic and dagger.
Makes sense. And I remember fondly the medium quality chair.
Nice. The exquisite chair that was actually made of medium quality timber.
So yes, you head back towards the Grey Warden. That's the sort of the lodgings that you were staying in, and we will take everything there from next week. I'm sure you're going to have fun trying to explain to Tristan what the fuck just happened.
Oh God. Chaos. Absolute chaos.
I am of the opinion that no one explains anything to Tristan. We're already in this shit as we are. This is just gonna add another whole level.
we tell Tristan we had a day at the beach.
We tell Tristan we bought some fish, we visited a pub for some drinks.
We acquired a
came
chair.
home.
Yeah.
Oh, the chair's gone, but by the like an hour or so later, after you guys all get back to the compound or whatever, I'm going to walk in with a nice fancy new tunic, nice shiny dagger that's actually, holdable rather than a short sword. You aren't having it, by the way, and a jug of wine for Wraith, good wine, some fish. And a fluffy ball of wool for Juniper. I'm going to. I've kept the writing set because I've realised why not just give it to Vincenzo? The fine writing set it is, and I got you a big warm cloak as well.
Oh.
So hopefully you aren't going to trust me. But at least I'm not hated, merely reviled.
Yes,
Gonna
buy the
take it.
reflections, love. Yes, this is the thing out of things they'd love. Yes, buy them.
Ruth's gonna take the cloak, but it's like so sus.
This doesn't change anything.
It
But I'll take the
literally,
coat.
it changes nothing.
You hold the
took
coat
it-
and you go like, yes, but also.
You took me to a whorehouse.
Yeah.
I'm never forgiving you for that.
You should.
Yeah, Wraith sniffs the wine.
Hey, I even paid your fare.
A fare he did not ask for nor wish.
You gave two people a happy chance to connect.
In the hours
Ruth
after
does not
being-
want to connect.
in the hours after being given the wine, Wraith can be seen kind of pottering around, looking forlorn, with the stone in his hand for the most part, saying things like, "I wish I was back in the morgue. Why did I leave Teventa? This place is bizarre. These strange furry creatures," and kind of looking at his hands, like thinking of like traces of fluff that were on it after he'd handled that thing.
See how you're doing that? Ruth has like gotten the tub off the car and has ran himself a really hot bath and has barricaded himself in a room of like luxury and saturate.
The theme of barricading yourself in rooms and using baths for it. Yes.
Yeah, we all have our coping.
Chill.
We all have our coping mechanisms. Also, the tub smells faintly of swordfish.
It will. Yes.
Obviously cleaned it out first.
Juniper, having seen multiple exchanges on Jose's end, decides, I'm going to do a trade, and takes the gifts and goes up to Jose and goes, for a dagger. And starts handing them at you. Like, I'll give you these if you give me the pointy thing.
Not for sale.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
You
Ooh.
signed your death warrant.
You've signed your disappointment warrant.
I need something to stir people with. Tell you what. Keep the treats. When I die, you can have the dagger.
That is even...
Oh, yours.
You sure you don't want a lawyer to like contact that with
You
like
want to put
details?
that thought in Juniper's head.
It's like the idea of any kind of danger now. Juniper just pushes Jose into it, just like
Yep.
death.
That's literally what I see.
I'd like
you
to
can
see
go
her
first.
try. She's what, 40 kilos at most?
But also like it was sharp.
Not even like 20.
Yeah.
I've kept half a kilo of the gold shavings, so sort of 3/4 of it. But I've kept them in case they're needed as spell reagents or something, or maybe we needed an emergency injection of cash. I don't know.
It's always nice to have extra cash.
Need some more
just in case.
prawns. Alright, so on that note we will probably end. Does anyone have anything else to wish to add before we stop?
I guess the only thing I'd like to add is that if you ever find Vincenzo and offer him a drink, he refuses it and just stares out into the sea for people. He's deciding to give up drinking because he just saw the devil reincarnate someone. He's never going down to that part of town ever. It's like...
Oh god. Right, before we end, we do have two things we need to say. One is we have some affiliate sponsors from Penance RPG. We do this every Sunday, Dark Tide. We also do one called The Last Circle, which is every second Monday, which is not this Monday, but the Monday after. But if you want some cheap dice or cheap other things, we have affiliate codes with D and Dice. Use Penance RPG to check out for 10% off. Or we have gemhammer.co.uk, I think is. Okay, Dragon will correct me if I'm wrong. But Gemhammer and Sons, we have 20% with them now, and they do things like the Deck of Wonder and stuff like that. They are fun. If you want to check out stuff we do with them, we have done a one-shot called Dark, ironically, and it has basically was I just draw random cards from the Deck of Wonder and stuff for things going on. So yeah, if you want anything like that, go check them out. There's the links in the chat. Go check them out there. The second thing is, where is it that's doing the review thing, Dragon, that I need to mention? Because I've forgotten this. Is it Podchaser? Need to wait for a second to be told.
Frankie, stop attacking my headphones.
Podchaser, yes. So Podchaser are doing a thing this month that everyone that does a review, they will donate certain money towards, is it Ukraine relief? If I remember right? War Kitchen, something like that. Something like that. Sure, Dragon will tell me in a second. But yes, so everyone does a review of that. They'll donate money for that, and if we reply to it and just say, thanks for reviewing, or I should do some criticism if we can, then they'll donate another, I think it's 25p a time. So yeah, if you could please just go on, just give us a couple of reviews, just see what we think. If you think we're terrible, say we're terrible. It's all for a good cause. I don't really care. I'm just happy for you guys to sort of help donate for charity and stuff. So yeah.
No.
But yes, hopefully you like what we do, and if so, we'll be back next week. With more Dark Tide. We'll be back week on Monday with Verlaston. 25 cents to World Central Kitchen. That's it. Nutritious and boost for Ukraine, doubled for each reply. That's it. So yes, Yeah, if you can do that for us, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, our next streams are Tuesday. We're doing Bar Trauma, which is myself, Mr. Tom over there, Meow, and Zeph. We might have to be starting again, so we might just call this Bar Trauma Season 2 and just start as a new one. Then Tuesday after that will be, well, after Bar Trauma, I'll be doing indie horror games. I do 2 lots of indie horror games every week on Tuesday and Thursday nights. And then Friday, we're doing Deep Rock Galactic again. It's Mr. Tom over there, and myself, and Meow and Zeph. And then after that, we're doing some Phasmo or other such horror games of some kind. So yes, that's our schedule. Thank you very much, folks. If you've been along, it means a lot to us that you're all here. We will probably raid out because we should spread the love to other folks who are doing this, because I'm sure there's a couple of other folks that we know that are on. Let's see, who do we know that's on? Would we rather roll into someone doing The Secret of Monkey Island or someone playing a Scooby-Doo game?
Scooby-Doo!
I think we should roll the Scooby-Doo game. And it's Neko, right? Neko is wonderful. They are a Irish streamer. She does a couple of puzzle games, a couple of weird things. She's fantastic. Also a fan of wrestling as well. So yeah, if you like that, you'll like her as well. So we'll roll into Neko. So yes, one last time, thank you very much, folks, for watching along tonight. I wish you the best of weekends, and we shall catch you next time. If I can find how to spell this thing, because the raid list. There we go, found it. Alright. So yes, take care, folks. Catch you later.
Boy!
Bye-bye.